going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ways of the Sith. Thank you so much for taking time to check out the channel. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on X and Instagram at Ways of the Sith. So here with my one of two Black Series figure reviews pretty much for the whole entire year. This was one of the only pre-orders that I had pretty much all year since it was announced. I think this was at San Diego Comic-Con, if I'm not mistaken. It might have even been earlier than that, but I know originally this was listed for January. This whole entire wave is in stock at GameStop, showing up at GameStops, and showing up at Walmart and Target from what I've seen. They're just not in my area. I did find Thrawn in a GameStop, so I canceled my pre-order for him, but I wasn't able to see any of the other wave in hand. The only other one I have ordered is Ahsoka the White. So those are my two Black Series for the entire year. I picked up a reissue of Captain Rex and a reissue of Crosshair, and outside of that, I just really haven't been into the line. I mean, even with this, you get a blaster. There's nothing else included with this figure for the same price as everything else. So to me, this line's really not worth the price and the cost of admission, really. They're making good figures. They limited the articulation recently with the newer molds and getting rid of like the thigh swivel. It just feels like a downgrade. It feels like we're paying for Hasbro's license for this line, and it's really unfortunate. But here is a look at the packaging. This is the first one that's in this new packaging, but still in the Ahsoka line. So that's gonna be a little odd considering we already have like the murals. If you're somebody who keeps them in box or somebody who displays the boxes, this might annoy you a little bit because this is the new box and all the other ones are gonna be on that old angle. Thrawn is number 12 in the line. We did get quite a few from Ahsoka already, but let's get him open and take a look. All right, so here is a look at Grand Admiral Thrawn outside of the package, and this is a new mold compared to the previous one. We'll do some comparisons, but this is a new body mold due to the fact of, you know, the bigger waist, and it looks pretty good. They did a good job with the likeness. I heard some people talking about like the coloring on this, and it does look like a bluish purple to me as opposed to like the custom version I'm going to show you after this to compare it to. The likeness looks pretty good, just the color does seem a little bit off to me. He comes with this little blaster, and that tucks in here on his side, and that's pretty much it to Grand Admiral Thrawn, unfortunately. It would have been nice to get a data pad. It would have been nice to get the sphere with him, since we didn't get it with Morgan. There's a lot of things that they could have done with this to improve on this and making it more than just what we got, and unfortunately that's what's been turning me off to this line. I like the figure. I think it looks good. Like I said, this is the problem with the articulation now, is this is as far as the legs go. That's as far as they go out, and that's as far as they go in. Unfortunately, they got rid of the thigh swivel, and so there's the hip swivel, I'm sorry. So that's it. It's just on a tilted joint now, and then the articulation is down here at the knee. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think it really limits the poses and the mobility of the figure and the positions you can get them into, but it is what it is, I guess. Another thing I wanted to show before I compare these two is the fact that the elbow is only single jointed, so you can't even like get his hand to his face to do any kind of expressions with his hands. That's unfortunate. So pretty much just pose him with his arms folded behind him or in front of him and call it a day. But here is a look at the custom version that I created using the old Thrawn body and a custom head sculpt from MJB Customs. I painted this because who I got it from, I wasn't happy with the way this was painted, so I repainted this entire head. In my opinion, this is more in line with the blue that it should have been, not so much the purple. There's a lot of purple to that blue on the new Thrawn, and it kind of ruins the figure a bit. One good thing about this, I guess you could say, is that the Ysalamari stays better on this version compared to the other one. The other one had a really thin neck. This is more fitting to the mold. This is pretty much what you're getting if you bought the 3-pack. They just included this accessory along with this version of Thrawn. That's pretty much all it is. So if you have the Ysalamari from the Luke Skywalker from Heir to the Empire, it's a really easy fix. So more than likely, that's probably how I'll be displaying him. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I'm sorry if I'm underwhelmed. Like I said, this line to me just has a lot more misses than it does compared to other brands owned by the same company, which is still just baffling to me. The fact that Joe and Legends can pull off giving us hands and heads and accessories, and Star Wars is just the figure and one thing if you're lucky, it's kind of disappointing, especially when they miss this much on the coloring and the posability of the figure. But thanks so much for taking time to check out the video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, may the Force be with you. This is The Ways.
We would be honored